Hi, Aquarius rising sign. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be covering the second week of June from 8th of June until 14th of June. And surely this is one of the most important week in June due to the fact that Uranus and the nodes are going to be in a square. Urania enters your fifth house, the house of creativity, self-expression, to spark Uranus as well there, while Hopi enters your sixth house. So let's have a look at what exactly we mean by that. I mean, Urania enters Gemini, conjuncting Uranus. So Urania is the asteroid of cosmic intellect, entering the fifth house of passion, creativity, self-expression, immediately connecting with Uranus. Um, so a literal lightning bolt hits your creative brain. You experience a sudden radical breakthrough regarding how you want to express yourself or monetize a passion project. The spark directly disrupts potentially your home life or daily domestic environment as well, but in a highly positive way, inspiring you to completely have fun, for example, or launch a brilliant independent digital venture just from the comfort, for example, of your own home. Venus and Jupiter conjunction also happening on 25 degree of Cancer, and that's going to be your sixth house. That's the jackpot there. That is happening on 9th of June, and the most benevolent alignment of the year takes place right in your sixth house of work, routines, and physical health. This is a massive cosmic green light for your daily operations, a lucrative new contract apply for jobs. An ideal client could be coming around, or an effortless workflow solution lands on your desk. You can get a phone call that someone wants to hire you. And because it ignites the fiery Aries dwad, you feel an unshakable entrepreneur confidence to aggressively streamline your business, upgrade your daily tools. It could be a miraculous recovery as well, or you can change your lifestyle because you want to feel beautiful. It can give you a new level of physical vitality and wellness. And this could be actually coming from going on a holiday, for example. Now, Saturn Pallas makes a conjunction at 12 degree Aries, which is actually your third house. But Mercury is squaring that combo as well. So this kicks off actually a crucial three-part financial and logistic strategy that unfolds over the next 7 months. You are weaponizing logic to restructure how you communicate, how you write, how you negotiate, how you study, how you teach others. You map out a bulletproof plan for your local network or media channels. But Mercury squaring from the sixth house means daily workplace logistics, or an emotional colleague might try to clutter your mind with unnecessary drama. So the universe demands you ignore the emotional noise and build unshakable boundaries in your contracts. This could also indicate that you have been kind of like fighting against a sibling of yours. Obviously, Pallas Athene is a win-win mindset, or it's about wanting to win at all costs. And I'm going to be coming up with a plan to do so. It could be your neighbor, it could be someone in your local community as well. Now, Uranus squaring the lunar nodes. And the nodes are sitting actually in your second house and eighth house. So it feels like that the universe is throwing a powerful kind of curveball for you to make sure that somehow you are having that evolutionary jump in how you make money, how you manage your resources, how you value your creative genius. Now, remember, Uranus and Urania are making a conjunction, right? So that could be really talking to us about a massive idea based on something that we truly like and truly enjoy. What I'm feeling like is that it's a high stake crossroads between your creative freedom and your financial reality. I think you have these brilliant high voltage creative downloads, independent ideas, or media projects sparking in your fifth house. But up till now, you have been trying to squeeze those genius ideas into outdated financial systems or old rate structures or codependent client contracts that don't actually support your freedom. So Uranus is hitting that kind of eject button on those old systems. So a sudden shift occurs, like an unexpected change in a client agreement, a disruption in your standard processing tool, or a sudden realization that a collaboration is draining your profit margins. Of course, the fifth house is also something to do with romance and children as well. So they can be somehow in the way of you increasing your profit. I mean, imagine, for example, that you want to make money out of properties, but the child is rebellious, they don't want to sell a house, and so forth. That disruption serves one clear purpose. It forces you to stop relying on old, comfortable financial dependencies and forces you to build an entirely new independent model to monetize your personal skills. You are being challenged here to back up your creative vision, but with hard, uncompromising financial boundaries. So maybe a joint financial agreement or a platform you use for client contracts suddenly changes its rules or hits a glitch. Instead of panicking, you see the lightning bolt energy of Uranus in your fifth house to instantly launch a brand new independent service or digital product that puts the financial control entirely back into your hands. Or maybe you realize that a contract or a business collaboration is holding you back to build your personal brand. So you boldly rewrite the terms of engagement, raise your rates, or walk away entirely to focus on a solo creative venture. Um, I also believe that this could be you walking out from a relationship because something is going down in your romantic life, right? With Uranus in the fifth house. And Ceres is there as well, which is about nurturing. So this might be about you realizing that you have been giving way too much in the relationship, but you are not receiving as much back as you would like to. So, of course, what it might be talking to us about is that you decide to detach yourself. You know, Uranus is somehow how you experience romance right now, or even intimacy. So, with Uranus and Urania in your fifth house, brings that lightning bolt changes to your dating life. And maybe you decide, yes, I'm gonna go on a date. You might experience an intense attraction to someone completely outside your usual type. So it could be age gap. It would be someone you think that they are outside of your league, or an unexpected romantic connection, or an unexpected pivot in an ongoing romantic connection. It's a bottleneck because that electric fifth house energy squares your financial and emotional security. So the universe is exposing where you have traded your personal joy and romantic freedom, maybe for financial security, or where you are staying in an unfulfilling dynamic because of shared emotional entanglements. You are being challenged to realize your true value and stop tolerating relationships that feel like an emotional debt. And that's the South Node in the eighth house. So this transit demands that your romantic life becomes a source of authentic joy and creative inspiration rather than a heavy obligation. You know, if you have children, this is the most critical transit of the month. The fifth house rules your kids. With Uranus and Uranus sitting here, squaring your nodal axis, expect sudden, unpredictable shifts in their lives or even your relationship with them. Maybe a child suddenly displays a brand new talent, an eccentric hobby they might want to drop out of school, or a highly rebellious attitude that completely catches you off guard. You cannot use old, traditional, or rigid parenting methods right now. Uranus demands that you treat them with philosophical flexibility. You have to honor their unique individuality while setting firm, supportive boundaries around resources and security. It can also bring sudden unexpected news regarding a pregnancy or a radical change in childcare, logistic, and somehow you have to adapt. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Uranus and the North Square because, of course, this is one of the most important aspects of the month. So we had to be breaking that down. Okay, let's have a look at what else is happening for Aquarius. Well, next up is Venus makes a square to Chiron, and then Venus goes into the sign of Leo. So that's happening on 12th, 13th of June, depending on where you are. It is all happening on 29 degree. So the morning brings a final healing crisis regarding your daily work, your communication wounds. Maybe you are ready to speak to a loved one about how they have hurt you, how you feel unappreciated, for example, at work. You realize exactly where you have been over accommodating or playing small just to keep your day running smoothly, or just to not to get entangled, in work drama. But if you clear that emotional block, the energy breaks wide open. Venus entering Leo instantly shifts the spotlight to your relationship. So you step out of that daily grind and into a royal phase of mutual appreciation and respect. You might start thinking about romantic confidence, getting into relationship. What we also like is that eventually, very soon, that Venus is going to be sextiling Uranus. So this week is really about romantic opportunities. The moon even goes out of bound right on that Ceres Uranus alignment. So it means that the moon is rogue. So your emotional baseline goes completely wild and unconventional. You can have creative urges. Your the moods of your children can change drastically, or all of a sudden you've got this desire to party, to go out, to have a glass of wine, and then eventually to flip your diet, throw out old creative projects, radically alter your living space. You can walk out of a workplace as well, actually. This week, it's about, I think you can ride on that Venus Jupiter wave to optimize your daily machine, to kind of get in touch with your own body, practicing a lot of self-care. Even you can hire help if needed. And then it can really give you opportunities um, to find a new job if that's something you would like to do. And also, I would say with Venus and Jupiter, because this is highly, highly positive, right? So I'm just wondering if a guardian angel is sitting on your back in a way. Maybe you are, because the sixth house is about fixing and scrutinizing. But what if you just sit down and then, let's say you design something and then you are not overthinking, let's say the script for days and you record something in one take, you hit the publish button and then you just get the positive comments and you share. Maybe it's a idea for a premium service, a booklet, an exclusive workshop. And instead of waiting around while it gets perfect, then I'm just gonna drop it on my email list and then the response to it is great. So, of course, the sixth house is something to do with service industries. Or you look at annoying task you do every single day. And, like sorting emails, cleaning up, cooking, tracking payments, all these tedious things. And then maybe you just sit down and then you kind of set up a software tool for it, or you go online and find one. And then this simplifies, it clears hours off of your weekly schedule, and therefore it just removes daily friction in your life. Or a new client, a new student can land in your inbox out of nowhere. Or you finally invest into a premium resource for your health. Maybe you sign up to a top tier gym membership, an ergonomic office equipment, a high quality nutrition, and so forth. But you are benefiting from that in the long run. So I really love that for you. So, good luck, Aquarius rising, and I will see you next week. Make sure that it's all about healthcare and self-care this week. Don't forget to hit like and the subscribe button. Make a comment in the chat box just because it helps me reach a wider audience. Bye for now.